Hello everyone, welcome to Answer Kari. In this video, we'll be starting with a new concept which is of HCF and LCM. So HCF stands for highest common factor, whereas LCM is the short form of least common multiple. So first we'll try to understand the meaning of these two terms. Then we'll be moving on the various methods by which we can find out HCF and LCM, including the shortcuts, and then we'll be finally dealing with the questions of HCF and LCM. So first focusing on the meaning. So we'll take up HCF first. Now this term HCF includes a word which is factor. Now what is the meaning of factor? So factors are basically those numbers which have the ability to divide a particular number, जिसके कि हम factors निकाल रहे हैं, and give us a natural number as a result. For example, if we try to find out just the factors of the number 6, the factors of number 6 will be 1, 2, 3 and 6. We'll also understand a few points about the factors. But first let us see. Now 6 has all these numbers as factors. 1, 2, 3 and 6 are the factors of the number 6. The reason being, if we divide 6 by all these numbers, the result that we get is a natural number, which means that these numbers have the ability to divide 6 completely. So, the first point that we can infer from this is that the number of factors are finite. The factors for a particular number are always finite, they are not infinite, which means that we can count them. Now the second point can be the reason for the first point, which is that all the factors of a particular number, they are either smaller than or they are equal to the particular number जिसके कि हम factors निकाल रहे हैं. So this is the second point. But if we focus on the term HCF, it includes highest common factor and not factors. So highest common. Now the term common means factors we have discussed what exactly are factors. The term common means that something that occurs both in two different things, right? Two or more different things. So that means common. And highest is of course the greatest. So we'll understand that what exactly is HCF. So we'll take up examples of two numbers for now, that is 8 and 12. So first we'll find out, to know the highest common factor of 8 and 12, we first need to find out that what are all the factors of 8 and 12. So 8 has factors like 1, 2, 4 and 8 itself, and 12 has factors like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So these are the numbers which can divide 12 completely, and these are the numbers which can divide 8 completely. So they are the respective factors of the respective numbers. Now we need to find out the highest common factors. But before moving on to the highest, we'll move on to the common part. So common means the factors which are common in these two numbers. For example, here we have 1 which is common. So first we'll write down the factors which are common. So common we have 1, 2 and 4. So these are the three factors which are common in 8 and 12. But if we focus on the term highest, the highest out of these is 4. So the HCF of 8 and 12 will be equal to 4. Which leads us to the third point in this case, that HCF. Now these two were just about the factors, but HCF, this third point is specifically for the HCF. HCF is always 1. The HCF for two or more numbers will always be 1. And also HCF can also be called as greatest common divisor, which means GCD. Now starting with the concept of LCM. So just as we understood the term factors, we'll understand what does the term multiple means. So multiples are basically all the numbers which are divisible by the particular number, जिसके कि हम multiples निकाल रहे हैं. For example, अगर हम 6 के multiples देखें तो it will be just the table of 6. So it will start with 6, then 12, then 18 and so on till infinity. तो यानी कि multiples जो होते हैं, which brings us to the first point, which is that multiples are infinite. ये हम सिर्फ multiples की बात कर रहे हैं, not the least common multiple. And then the second point will again be just as in the case of HCF, it was that the number is greater than or equal to the factors. In this case, it is opposite. The number is either less than or it is equal to the factors. So इस case में ये वाला एक point हो जाएगा. And the third is obviously that LCM, we have just one LCM for two or more than two numbers. So LCM is equal to just 1. Now we're understanding the term LCM with an example. So again, जैसे उस case में highest था, इस case में we have least and common obviously. So for example, again if we take 8 and 12 for the sake of examples, so the multiples of 8, first we'll write down the multiples of 8 which are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 and so on. These are enough. And in the case of 12, the multiples that we have are 12, 24, 36, 48, etc., 60, etc. Right now we'll just focus on the least common multiple, which in this case will be 24. So the least common multiple or the LCM of 8 and 12 is equal to 24. So what happens is, in the questions we can be asked to find out the LCM and HCF or two or more than two numbers. It is not necessary that they'll ask us to find out the LCM and HCF of just two numbers. The numbers can be more than two. They can be three or four numbers or even four numbers. So this was the basic concept about what is HCF and LCM. I hope you understood.